study of the Quran has changed his whole world view. Now he is willing to sacrifice anything and everything. He is sacrificing family, she is sacrificing family, job, this, that, everything. But they are not compromising to convert to Islam. What did bring this change in them? What was the major factor over there? Translation of the Quran. Message of the Quran. That's it. Quran is a live miracle even today. But we Muslims lacking behind. I would say Muslims, the born Muslims, are more lacking behind, more lazy in this regard. Can't you read this? I have a copy of the Quran. And amazingly, all of us, we have a copy of Quran in our cars, in our office, and at our home. But we got no time even to clean the dust of the copy of the Quran. Are we seeking blessing? For sure there is. Quran is absolute blessing, no doubt about that. Hudan wa rahma. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says Quran is a guidance and absolute mercy for humanity. Nothing else is there in Quran other than the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So, that is your true belief that you're keeping the copy of Quran at home or in office or in the car to seek the blessing. So just keeping the copy of Quran even without touching it is, you believe, is the source of barakah and blessing. So what about if you and me are to study the Quran? How much blessing you are going to receive then? Can you imagine? What sort of Muslims we are? No. I'm scared to read the translation of Quran. How did Shaitan play with our mind? To run away from Quran? Subhanallah. No. That's again a whisper of Shaitan and a play and a conspiracy of Shaitan to make us run away from the Quran. No, we should not be doing that. We should come back, recognize it, that we need to read and know and learn the translation of Quran and the message. Number 3, to practice those teachings, what we learn from the teachings of the Quran. This is something different when Imam or Khatib or Syeikh or some scholar is giving a speech. That might not change you much. But when you will read on your own, when you study on your own, when you sit alone, when you will be driving, and you will be thinking, well, what did I read last night? The ayah about that particular topic. Well, now you keep thinking. No, there's no third power which is forcing you. It's your inner self which is becoming witness. Well, it is Wallah, it is Kalamullah. How can I go against what I have just read last night? So if you see that the business deal I'm going to sign today, no, this is doubtful. According to the ayat which I read last night, it is not fair. And that while you are going for that deal, that may stop you just because you read it last night. Quran has power, my brothers. Just imagine, if it is changing the people who are living in Europe, in America, you see what sort of life they are living in, or in Japan. And how does that Quran is changing them from this end to the other end, all together at 180 degree? Yes. Who got this power? Not a scholar, not any person, not any human. It is power of what? It's power of Quran. It's miracle of Quran. It is alive today. But how would we realize? Only when we will study the Quran, it will open our eyes, our mind. And inshallah, the one who is lazy, the one who is lacking behind, the one who sees or Shaitan whispers in his or her ear, well, you can't do. Oh, you are very weak. Oh, no, you are weak Muslim. Oh, no. You just pray once a week and this and that. So you should not be going close to the Quran. No, it's all game of Shaitan. Because when you will go close to the Quran, when you start reading the Quran on your own, it is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala again. There is a certain time waiting for you. Time is going to come. Maybe after a year or 6 months or 2, 3, 5 years, you certainly will change There's no way that you want to change. The Quran will not affect you, no. But if you read, understand the meaning of the message. And the fourth and the last point is what? The message we are understanding, we are knowing, we are learning, we are obliged to deliver that message to the other people, to the other humans. Millions and millions of people living in our surroundings. They know nothing about the Quran. And they might be looking for Quran. But because we never shared about that, we never spoke, we never uttered about that, what sort of great book we got, a great blessing of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Because I don't know myself the benefits of that book, so how can I convey someone else? So this is why we keep ourselves quiet, not to talk about Quran. So we need to share this message with other people and fulfill this responsibility. At least once we are sharing with our family, with our friends, with our colleagues, with our co-workers, with clients, anyone, everyone. And if you are to read the stories of and listen to the stories of new Muslims, most of them just accidentally happened that someone gave them a copy of Quran, or they shared a certain issue or their personal family issue or whatever they were business they were going through, and they said, well, this I'm going through, well, I have heard that you Muslim have a blessed book and this and what, or they came to the office of a Muslim brother and they said, always I see you, this book is over there, and what does it mean, those sort of questions, which brought him to what? Well, can I see this book? Well, he saw the book. Can I borrow this book? So you can borrow that book. He went with this book, he started reading, and mashallah, Allah has changed his world. And that brother who gave him that copy of Quran is still where he was 5 years, 7 years, 10 years back. Sometimes it's also case. And at other times we have seen that upon seeing that new Muslim and the huge change which came in his life, that affect that Muslim who are lazy since past 10, 15, 20 years. And now people cannot believe how this person got changed at 180 degree. No one can believe. He used to drink, he used to do this, he used to do that, blah, blah, everything. Just upon seeing that other new Muslim who converted to Islam, this brother, because brother source. And brother, please, just try it. You don't know. Sometimes maybe it's quite possible you may be lazy on your account of your own deeds. But might be because you gave the copy of Quran to someone, you spoke about Islam to someone, and Allah changed his life. But who was the one in single source? That person who used to drink, who used to do this, who used to do that, all of them. And that might be the only and single reason on the day of judgment. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is asking, well, what did you do for me? You got nothing else in your account except you can say, well, Allah, I was just source of converting someone in my life. You don't know what can please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Maybe a small deed, maybe a small step of yours may change your life and may make you and me be successful on the day of judgment. Not on account of our deeds. I am well aware at least about myself. Now I can't do nothing on base of my own personal account. I know how weak I am. But maybe that sort of good deed may work for me on the day of judgment. May intercede for me on the day of judgment, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala may show His mercy, His blessing, His generosity to me while also you go. He is going because of you to the paradise, you too go, I don't check your accounts. Do you want to do that sort of thing? So, do play your role. And don't think, well, many among us coming from Muslim countries, well, oh, you are not proper Maulana, or you didn't learn much deen, or you didn't have no degree of 7, 8 years. So how come you can talk about Quran or teach someone or give da'wah and invite someone towards Islam? No, those credentials, just leave them on a side. do whatever you can do. Even while you are lacking behind in many areas, don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. Maybe down the road, that the one who converted because of you may become a source for you to get changed altogether. You don't know. I don't know. And I have seen many people. And I've been through the story of many new Muslims. They were just because of the girlfriend and boyfriend and somehow discussing issues and this and that. And the girl came to know that boys are from Egypt or from Indonesia or Pakistan or Muslim country. Well, she saw a copy of Quran in his room and this and that. So, let the long story make short, finally the girl got converted. The last incident I read, that was in USA. Guy was somewhere from subcontinent, and he had a girlfriend and they had relationship, and he was studying and they were just thinking to get married, well, and those sort of, a copy of Quran was always there. So and during this relationship, what happened, that he was traveling to see and meet that girl in her hometown or some new place. What happened, an accident happened, severe one, where he just passed away. This girl went to her, she was waiting, but he didn't come. Then lately she came to know that he passed away due to the accident. She went to his room. She was looking if there are some belongings, something I may just keep with me as a gesture of his remembrance. So she saw the copy of Quran. So she just picked that copy of the Quran and she brought that copy of the Quran to her home. She was drinking, she was doing everything as someone may do as a being, a non-Muslim. But she started, just because of her love for him, she started reading that. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala changed her life at 180 degrees. And finally, now when I read about her, she was going ahead, she was joining a group of Muslims, girls, and then learning Islam, going to the Islamic center, and all those things. Where was the beginning? Maybe not much good. One might say, but you and me do not know. So this is where, don't be scared. All of us we are weak. We have drawbacks. We have loopholes. But that should not stop us from working for da'wah and calling the people towards Allah and towards Deen al-Islam. أقول قولي هذا واستغفر الله لي ولكم ولسائر المسلمين وجزاكم الله خيرا. मेरे ख्याल से ये तो सब लोगों को चेहरे तो ऐसे बता रहे